Bree's diamond ring fell into the pool. The two sisters quickly dove in to retrieve it, but instead of finding the ring, Jonna's hair got tangled in the filter. Bree immediately rushed to help her sister, unaware that an even greater danger was looming. The pool manager, McGradey, thought everyone had left, so he pressed the button to close the pool and went home. Suddenly, the massive fiberglass cover began to slide shut. Bree saw it coming and, in desperation, yanked Jonna's hair free. They rushed toward the surface, but it was too late. The pool cover sealed them underwater. The sisters screamed for help, but the building was silent and empty. They pushed against the cover with all their might, but it didn't budge. To make matters worse, the pool had closed for the rest of the week. In utter despair, the sisters frantically searched for a way out. They spotted a small hole in the cover, but it was too small. Not even a hand could fit through. Bree found a plastic board and tried to enlarge the hole. She strained hard, but the hole remained the same. This hopeless situation caused Jonna to completely lose control, and she blamed everything on Bree, arguing that if it weren't for the stupid ring, they wouldn't be trapped. Bree didn't want to argue, so she dove back down alone. This time she recovered the ring, but she also noticed something important. The drain grate beneath her feet was loose. If they could use that grate, maybe they could break the cover. Bree pulled with all her might, but it wouldn't move. She desperately asked Jonna for help, but Jonna dismissed it as a bad idea. Just then, Bree's fiancé, David, called her phone, and Bree's eyes filled with hope, certain that David would come to save them. However, as the afternoon gave way to evening, the phone rang countless times and David never showed up. Suddenly, the timed pool lights shut off, leaving them in complete darkness. Bree clutched her head, pale and suffering. She was diabetic and urgently needed insulin, but her medicine was in her bag outside the pool. Seeing Bree suffer, Jonna finally calmed down, quietly took the plastic board, and began working again to enlarge the hole. The two sisters had been trapped in the pool for 4 hours when, suddenly, the lights turned back on. It was Clara, the night shift cleaner. Seeing someone approaching, the sisters banged on the cover and screamed for help, but Clara ignored their desperate pleas. Instead, she began rummaging through Bree's wallet. Finding only a small amount of cash and a bank card, Clara looked disappointed, and she then shut off the pool's security cameras. She walked calmly toward the trapped sisters and began to chat casually. It turned out Clara had recently been released from prison for theft, owed a lot of money, had a daughter at home, and urgently needed cash. Her plan was simple: extort the two sisters. Clara demanded the PIN number for Bree's bank card, and only then did the sisters realize they were being blackmailed. Jonna became so enraged that she cursed at Clara, sparking the anger of the cleaner, who immediately shut off the pool's heating system. The water began to grow colder and colder. Bree thought it over carefully and finally gave her PIN number to Clara, but Clara wanted to verify it first, assuring them she would free them once she returned. The sisters shivered in the freezing water while desperately waiting for Clara. Finally, Clara returned, but she still didn't open the cover. When they asked her why, Clara looked furious and accused them of tricking her, screaming that there were only $80 in the account and asking if they were mocking her. Jonna begged Clara to let them out, explaining that Bree had diabetes and urgently needed insulin to survive, but Clara didn't believe them at all. Seeing Bree grow weaker and weaker, Jonna felt a deep hatred toward Clara and decided to take revenge on the cruel woman. She tricked Clara into coming close to the hole and managed to injure her, but at what cost? Clara, completely infuriated, went straight to the controls and activated the pool's cleaning system. Suddenly, chlorine gas shot into the pool with immense force. The powerful currents made the sisters dizzy and disoriented. They struggled desperately, and Bree, who was already weak, sank into the water. Jonna panicked and quickly pulled Bree back to the small hole to breathe air. Seeing that the sisters almost drowned, Clara decided she didn't want anyone dying on her watch and shut off the cleaning system. Then, Clara returned and demanded Bree's diamond ring. Bree hesitated, but had no choice and reluctantly handed it over. Looking at the ring, Clara thought she could sell it for a good amount of money. Realizing she had nothing left to squeeze out of them, Clara finally went to the control room, ready to open the pool cover. However, when Clara entered the code to open the cover, the system displayed an error, as McGradey had already changed the password. Now Clara panicked. If she couldn't get them out, the two sisters were doomed. But remembering her previous blackmail, she didn't dare call for help or tell anyone. She had just gotten out of prison, and the last thing she wanted was to go back. Ultimately, Clara decided to abandon the sisters to their fate. Seeing their hope fade once again, Jonna cursed in anger, but when she turned around, Bree had already passed out. Without immediate insulin, Bree would undoubtedly die. Their only remaining chance was the metal grate underwater. Gathering all her courage, she dove down and pulled the grate with all her might. The first attempt failed. The second attempt failed as well. Finally, she found a swimsuit strap to use as a handle, and this time she succeeded. Rushing to the surface, Jonna slammed the metal grate against the pool cover, and a crack appeared. She struck harder and harder, and more cracks formed until, with a loud crunch, the cover finally broke. Jonna immediately dragged Bree to the surface and injected the insulin. Bree slowly regained consciousness. Just as Jonna breathed a sigh of relief, she looked up. Clara had returned, this time pointing a gun directly at them. Clara feared that if the sisters survived, they would definitely report her to the police, so she decided to eliminate that risk herself. Jonna held Bree tightly, crying and promising Clara that they wouldn't tell anyone, but Clara didn't believe her and stepped closer and closer. In her desperation, Jonna remembered Clara's weak spot and screamed at her that if she killed them, what would happen to her daughter? This deeply moved Clara, who slowly lowered the gun and then returned Bree's ring. Jonna quickly called 911 and, true to her word, allowed Clara to leave. Finally, the two sisters were safe. So the lesson of this story is, never wear jewelry while swimming and always wear a swim cap.